Are you still waiting for the magical day when your work walks up out of your computer and speaks for itself? The truth is, your work can be excellent, but if you don't give it a voice, it will get overlooked. I've worked with leaders who sat through meetings for years saying little to nothing. And then when promotion time came, their leader said, yeah, they're a solid worker, but I don't really see them as a strategic voice. What does that mean? They didn't speak up in ways that positioned themselves as leaders. And I see this all the time. You've got smart, capable people with good, even great ideas. But when it's time to actually share them, the nerves kick in, they start second guessing themselves, and then they choose silence. And here's the thing, silence doesn't keep you safe. It actually just keeps you invisible. And when you're invisible in meetings, you get passed over for opportunities, for promotions, and just the ability to have influence in your workplace. Today, I'm going to show you 3 steps that will help you stop second guessing yourself, find your words, and make your contributions heard with confidence. And when you master these, you'll do more than just speak up. You're going to position yourself as a voice people listen to and a leader who people remember. Because here's the truth. If you come to a meeting with nothing prepared, you're probably going to leave without being remembered. And why this matters is because leaders notice who consistently contributes valuable input. Speaking up builds visibility, and visibility builds opportunity. If you're always the person who says, no, yeah, I don't really have anything, you are making yourself invisible. And as a leader myself, I have coached my direct reports who had the mindset that if I just do great work, people will notice. And sometimes they will. But your personal brand will be a lot stronger if you make your presence and your ideas known. People notice what you say and what you don't say when it's time to speak up. Once my team started coming into meetings with at least 1 or 2 intentional points, people started intentionally asking them for their input. Using your voice puts you in a position to be influential. So for example, if you are a leader in a strategy meeting, instead of saying, I don't have much, we're still just working on it, you would say, we're on track with milestones 1 and 2, but milestone 3 is slipping just a bit. Here are 2 options that we put in place to get it back on track. Or if you are giving an update in a project sync, instead of saying, I don't really have anything to share, you could say, my update is short, testing is complete, and we're on schedule for next week's release. Here's your first pause and practice moment. Write down 1 point you could share in your next meeting. Now ask yourself, does this point show that I understand the bigger picture? Does it demonstrate that I'm paying attention? And if not, I want you to refine it until it does. Our second step is to be clear, not long. And this matters because rambling signals that you're not confident in your point. The longer it takes you to explain, the less people believe you. Clarity makes you memorable, and memorable voices are the ones people follow. Now, I once worked with a client who was brilliant, but she rambled every time she spoke. Her manager told her she has great ideas, but she can't really take them to the executive team because the manager, was unable to package them clearly. I worked with her on getting her points to be short, to be concise, to be clear, and her manager started to see her as a more strategic leader. She had the same ideas, but what she had now was a clearer and more confident delivery. Rambling sounds like, we've been kind of tried different things and, it's been complicated. And so, we'll see how it plays out. A clear response sounds like, we tested 2 options. Option A worked, option B didn't. I recommend option A because it gets us results faster. Your next pause and practice moment, Take a rambling answer you've given before and rewrite it in one sentence. Then I want you to practice saying it out loud. Once, go ahead and just ramble, just get it out your system. And then once, I want you to refine it and make it a sharp statement and repeat it until you feel the difference in your confidence. Our third step is to land the point. Landing the point means delivering your final statement clearly and with confidence so your audience knows exactly what you mean, why it matters, and what should happen next. And this is important because people remember the last thing that you say. If you just trail off with, so yeah, or that's all I got, you erase the impact of everything you just shared. Leaders who land their points sound confident and decisive. Imagine two people in a meeting presenting similar recommendation. The first person ends with, so yeah, I guess that's it. And the second person says, that's why I recommend option A. It's the fastest way to hit our target. Guess which person's ideas are more likely to be supported? It's probably not going to be the rambler. Now let's go ahead and get a little corporate gangster, okay? Repeat after me. Real ones don't ramble. Real ones don't ramble. Okay, here are a couple of examples. Based on the data, I recommend we move forward with option A. It's faster, more cost effective, and aligns with our goals. Or, the fix has been tested, it's working, and we'll roll it out Friday. Your next pause and practice moment, take one of your points and practice ending it with a confident, clear statement. No trailing off, no, so yeah, just land it. Okay, I've got a bonus tip for you. Your body language sells it. Words are only half the game. Delivery makes the difference. I want you to sit up straight. I want you to lean in when you speak. I want you to make eye contact, and I want you to keep your tone steady. Confidence is contagious. Even if you're nervous, delivering it like you believe it makes people believe you. I want you to remember, you need to prepare on purpose, show up with something meaningful to say. Think about that beforehand. I want you to be clear, not long. Short and sharp beats rambling every time because what? Because real ones don't ramble. And I want you to land the point. End strong so people know exactly where you stand. When you master these three, you stop being just another voice in the meeting and start being seen as a leader in the organization and someone people expect to have strong ideas, clear direction, and impactful decisions. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. And now that you've got the tools, it's time to put them to work. If you'd like one-on-one coaching on this topic, or if you represent an organization whose leaders could benefit from a workshop on this topic, visit CoachSummerAlexander.com to schedule a call. Until next week, lead well and speak with confidence.